in this current society, yeah, a mum can get nicked for transporting her kids to go and murder somebody. Something's gone wrong, big time.
Yeah, that one, I saw that.
Are you mad? Which one of you lot parents will take you on a rider? England revolt. They don't have it. They don't have it, bro. All the shit they're doing is nonsense, bro.
Yeah,
it's
but
actually nonsense. It's rude.
Who's going to start it?
It's disrespectful. It's rude.
Shout out the new Prime Minister.
Brother, I've never heard of her in my life.
No, she's a conservative, isn't it?
Conservative.
I think when I saw her come in, I watched a few of her speeches. She's on the same thing, but when people thought that it would be non-Oyinbo, I was laughing. I said, when have you ever seen a Prime Minister that's not...
America got a black one.
This is not America. This
Bro,
is not America.
I wish I bet. I don't know what the odds would have been, but I would have bet since.
The guy was never
Sunak was never ever going to win.
Never. Was gonna do it.
He was never ever going to win. I don't think UK is ready for an Asian guy to be Prime Minister.
Why?
And I think the Conservatives were thinking about...
I think from a financial perspective, it will do wonders for the country.
I think he's the best. He's the best person for the job.
But he's wealthy.
Yeah.
He's wealthy.
He's wealthy. He's got experience.
So there's a slight disconnect. Is what the people are saying.
Is what they're saying.
Wealthy.
And then they're thinking they're scared because the next election, now you're going to present an Asian guy to be running for, you want people to vote for. In the UK, I don't believe UK is ready for that.
But of course they're not. You just have to listen to LBC. But LBC tells you every time, listen, you man, we all live in the same country, but we're not all the same.
We're not all the same.
We all live in the same country, but we're not all the same. As long as you understand that, you're blessed. Do whatever you want, go wherever you want, abide by the law. But the same law works two ways. The law that works for the Englishman is different from the law that works for the Afro-Caribbean man. It's the same law, but it works differently for two parties.
It affects us differently.
Affects us the same thing, because why? This is your man's home. This is their home, bro. So when you walk around, a man's got their chest up. They're allowed to have their chest up. This is their blocks, bro. No matter what area you want to say, oh, there's loads of us. It's their blocks. If you take away all the ethnic minorities and you put all the, oh man, let me just say white is white. And put all the white people, yeah?
They're Caucasian.
There's a big difference. There's a millions of difference. Millions. You're talking about last time they said 66 something million. Let's give us 10 million plus immigrants. We can't forget the immigrants. Yeah. There's another 50 something million, next 60 million. That's a big difference. So you can't expect the law to work for the minority.
This is what they're saying about like things like being the Prime Minister and all these laws that they're trying to incorporate and everything. Someone's going to lose out. Someone's going to gain, someone's going to lose out. It's imperative. Like it's nothing, you can't change that. You cannot please everybody.
Yeah.
You could please 50,000 people and there's 12,000 that's pissed off.
And they'll make an uproar about it.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what can you do? It's not possible to please everybody. Even the people that you please, they're still gonna say, but. Oh. So how'd you do it?
Brexit was the proof.
Brexit showed that there's a big, serious lack of common sense. Brexit showed that there's a big, serious lack of common sense.
The media is very powerful.
No, but we've always known that.
Yeah, very powerful.
Look at how they did the propaganda for the war, World War I, World War II. They were putting pictures all of, your country needs you. Like, everyone fell in line. What can we do?
Well, what's happening with that war? Ain't that war still going on?
Which one?
Russia still...
Russia and Ukraine, sorry, bro.
But you're not hearing nothing about it no more, are you?
But it's on.
No, it's fully active.
It's still
the
going on.
beef is still popping.
Yeah, it's still popping, bro. Did you see Boris went over there.
They just stopped posting it for
They need him now, innit? They need him. They need
him for gas, innit? But he said no.
He said, I'm the bad guy, innit?
Yeah, and Dubai said, boy, I can't back you because that's my boy still. Yeah. So if I bust you, my boy is upset. Right now, you'll have to put up your gas prices and your electricity prices. But it's going up.
It's a lot, bro. Anyway, it's all generous, man. It's all tax evasion for them.
Who?
Them.
The uppers.
Whoever them
man.
Whoever them man.
You know some of them man might watch it, so you gotta big up them man, innit?
Yeah, them man. Yeah, shout out to them man.
Shout out to the topper. One day I want to see that door. Just let me peep in. I don't know if I want to enter. Just let me peep in.
Just show me the house.
Because even if I can peep, that means I've got some certain type of money. Just let me be able to peep.
Show me the door. Show me the house. I'll be like that in the window.
To even get the address. I mean,
It goes down
Just show me
though.
where the house is. I'll be like that in the window.
to get your dress.
I was
So
there,
you
saw
believe
them.
in all that? You believe like there's certain people that control the world?
100%.
But it's the lobbyists. It's the people that run the companies.
Like the
Run the
media
world.
companies, the
Yeah. All the industrial, all the people, like, from the Rockefellers to whoever, to whoever, to whoever. There's all the people that control commerce and industry that run the world.
yeah, true.
Because without them, we have nothing. The Clipper, well, where did they make that? What country did they make it in?
I think made in China.
How did you get it? Because China had to agree with a country to let it pass through that country to get to here. Without those people agreeing, you don't get nothing. But now there's a major company that says, you know what, hold on, actually, we don't want well to be the biggest seller in this country. We want this
And this.
to be the biggest seller. Now they will go to Parliament behind the closed doors and say, listen, I'll give you 100 million, just make sure well don't come true no more.
We say mature politics, not like
Mature
the,
business.
not like the immature politics we have in our own countries.
Do you know what? I honestly don't even talk politics because it's pointless.
Yeah, they're always going to do what they want to do.
At this position that I'm in, it's pointless. Why am I discussing? Unless I'm gonna rally, like, do you know what, you lot, we're rallying out tonight. Everybody meet me down the street. Let's make something happen.
Did you go for any of the
I'm not-
marches?
No, to do what?
Did you go for any of the marches?
Which one? The BLM?
And you know they've done a few.
We've done a few.
I'm
Did you
lying,
go
I
to
touched-
any
I
of
touched
them?
BLM.
You touched
I touched
BLM?
one of them.
I touched one of the
I touched
BLM.
one of them. I saw all the tugs them. That's all the gal them. I see gal them twerking on cars and I don't get it.
What, at BLM?
Yeah, what's the message here? What are we actually protesting? Like, what are we fighting for? You know what I mean? And that's this is my point. I don't press these matters because, as passionate as I may be about the matters, do you know how hard it is to get people to really stand behind you? And it's not just stand behind you, but when I step, you lot step.
Yeah.
It's simple. Do you know what I mean? Think how many times man get in trouble because man's backing someone and they're not even backing themselves.
Yeah, they're like, boy, if you backing my beef, you can hold my beef, boy.
Bruv,
Like,
how
bruv.
many times has man gone to back beef and the beef end up falling on you?
Yeah.
And then the person whose beef it was you went to back is nowhere to be seen.
So you're allowed to be upset with the guy?
You can slap the shit out of him, bro. Because how can look, we growing up, you know where we grew up. Man will say to you, I can't back you if you're not backing yourself.
Yeah, you gotta back yourself.
Like,
There's been
man will stand next to
situations.
man will stand next to man like this and say, what? You called man, man's here, innit? And they'll be looking at man like, go on, set it off. How can I set off your beef? How can you want me to slap him for you because he slapped you?
Yeah.
Now it's on you.
So
Come on,
he's
man.
called you, innit? He just called you.
And I'm a man, I take it extreme, innit? Like I go there, innit? I go the distance. Like I won't back down because it looks long. You've called me here and I turn up. Let's finish this thing, innit? Like let's take it where we gotta take it. That's it.
Well, that's what we're saying. What we were saying earlier about music. About the music and how the youth now, do you believe they're worse than us?
Yeah.
Do you believe the youth now are worse than us?
The youth in this day and age are compared to us. We were on stuff. A couple years above us were on stuff.
Yeah.
1 or 2 years below us were on stuff. The youth of now, they're pussies. They're not on nothing. If they don't have a shank or they don't roll
Yeah, they don't want to fight.
with real drillers, they're not on nothing. They're mummy's boys. They're wet youths. They're wet youths. Talk to them properly. Half of them ain't got no sense, as in common sense.
The wisdom.
Half of them ain't got no intelligence, and half of them ain't got no backbone. You know what I mean? You know that
What
cloth.
drives them?
You know that cloth.
Do you think social media?
Clout.
Social media,
yeah,
innit?
social media is the
Living up to
want
it.
for everybody's validation. The want for everyone to say, "Oh, you're the man."
Do you know
Oh
what
my
I
God,
think?
I like those trainers. The trainers he wore are the best trainers out there. So I must get them now as well.
Yeah.
Ah,
Follow fashion.
he rolls with them lot, so he must be that guy. It's all
Do you know
outside
what I think? Do you know what I
validation.
think? I wouldn't say, I'll say they are in a worse mindset than us, right? In some aspects, yeah? I'm saying that because it's, for what some of these kids are doing now with that thought process, we have to study and think, how are these kids thinking? You're going to shank a man and twist it or something, all of that. Like, you're going to be rolling with a sword. This is not Highlander,
them
bro.
zombie knives and all them kind of things.
Like, this is not normal. This is not normal behavior.
I've seen some knives like,
Is
who even made that knife?
Bro,
What ZK's? What ZK's?
Crazy
Zombie
bloody,
killers.
yeah,
and
like,
then he's
zombie
got
killers.
jagged edges
It's not
head.
Rammies no more, it's zombie killers.
like, what the hell? Why would
Bro,
you even carry
yeah.
that around? That's bigger than you.
Yeah, it's
That
crazy,
weapon is
man.
bigger than you. Like, and I think to myself,
Bruv, when you're seeing a youth, yeah, walking down the street like this, because the
What is it? He didn't go to war.
with a puffer
He
on.
didn't go to war. He didn't go to Afghanistan.
Deep it.
Yeah,
He's
he hasn't
walking like
lost
that
his leg.
slowly, yeah,
Yeah.
with a puffer on. Because inside the puffer, there's a knife this long.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you can't,
facts. So he can't straighten out his leg like that.
because when he pulls it out,
it's a madness.
he's pulling it out like that, like the power of Grayskull.
man, it's crazy, you know.
So no, it's mental. There's a lot of mental issues, man, and we need to. I think we need to tackle that as well, man, within our community,
But the time for knives is only 6 months. Carrying a knife is 6 months.
Yeah, because there's too
6
many of them
months.
carrying knives, so they can't afford to house everybody carrying knives.
So you say they should make the
tariffs longer.
But it's always about the punishment. If the punishment is harsher, it might reduce to a
it
certain
might
degree.
deter
I
the
feel
crime.
they've accepted that the rehabilitation, there is no rehabilitation in prison. Like, the rehabilitation process is bullshit. Yeah? Speaking firsthand, the rehabilitation process is nonsense. It's almost non-existent. Cool. You fill up these prisons with every Tom, Dick and Harry that carries a shank. You know how many men carry shanks and get stopped with shanks every day that end up in Bow Magistrates or City of London or wherever? Every day. Cool. All of those kids go to jail, or those men or whatever go to jail. The jails are full. How do you house all of them?
If you have,
Yeah,
or
but
you
how-
give them a longer sentence
Yeah.
for carrying a knife,
Yeah?
which is another one, crazy one, right? But if you say, if they know out there, you
It's
get
6
caught with a
months.
knife, is 3-4 years.
Some of them are even getting tagged.
You might think twice about carrying a knife. Well, if you know it's 6 months,
Why?
I'll do it because I don't. 3 years.
Ah.
I'm not planning to use it really, but I want to so-called protect myself.
Okay.
Right? But if it's 3-4 years, I guarantee you, 30 or
It'll reduce
40%
a
will be
bit.
reduced. 100%.
Did crime reduce when they introduced IPP? No.
I think it did.
Oh, you think so?
I think
no,
it did.
just people was away longer.
Crime
I
rate-
think
crime
it
rate
did.
has
I'll
gone
give you a
up.
perspective. I'll give you a perspective, yeah? I'll give you a perspective. The stuff that we fought for and argued for, yeah, is what's giving the liberty to do what they're doing now. Have you thought about that?
What, freedom?
Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? The shit that we went through
The older lot,
and
even
argued
older
about,
before
and
us and
because
everything.
remember, yeah, currently, think of certain of you man age, yeah. Because I'm a young thing, innit? Like, certain of you older man, yeah. Keep it. It's certain of you man's age that's in position that's captains
Well,
of the
man, talking
police
about you,
force.
innit?
I'm 25. man.
You're 21. Certain man had their 25th birthday 3 times.
Well, I heard one guy's got 2 birthdays a year, you know. He does, this is what he says. He does half his birthday. So this is my half birthday celebration.
Oh, so every 6 months?
So every 6 months, he does every 6 months.
Yeah.
The madman. So if your
How old
birthday
is
is
he?
October the 20-something, so 6 months before that will be the 20-something of that month, 6 months before.
There's man that was in there doing IPP and all of that type of stuff, yeah? Cool. That fought against it. So they dropped it. Yeah? They dropped the IPP, they dropped because of the way certain of like your man age group was dealt with, the law, they fought to change those laws.
The IPP, yeah.
Yeah. So because those laws have changed, the effect that it has on these little rats now is different. We were scared of those laws.
Yeah, because
They have no
some
fear
people are still
because
in
those
jail.
laws ain't there.
Some people are still in jail
Because of those
under
laws.
the IPP.
Forget under the IPP. There's certain man that got murdered in early 2000. They're doing 3/4 of their sentence, 3/3 of their sentence.
Yeah.
So out of 9 years, they're doing 6 years
Yes, because that's the rule.
because of that law. Then.
Yeah, but
And
now.
but
the
now
law is like
half.
half.
You understand?
Yeah.
You might even get half plus a few months early, like 4 months. I think is the max for tag. So you're getting
4 months
out.
if you get under a certain
Yeah,
sentence.
do you know what I'm saying? So now these are thinking, oh right, do you know what? The fear factor is not the same, and what you're getting penalised for is not the same.
So do you think it's based on, do you think you can blame the parents?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Do you think you can blame the
Do
parents?
you want to have that conversation? Do you really want to have that conversation?
Bro.
Should I tell you what? Should I tell you what?
I know my point on it.
Should I tell you what?
I would say they've got a big part to play in it.
Very big part to
massive
play.
One of the biggest.
The parents have a massive
Shall I
part.
tell you why? If
There's so
in
many
this
layers,
if
so
in this
many
current
layers.
society, yeah, a mum can get nicked for transporting her kids to go and murder somebody, something's gone wrong, big time.
Yeah, that one, I saw that.
Are you mad? Which one of you lot parents will take you on a rider?
I'll give, listen to this.
Like deep it, which one?
Francis,
Elijah will slap me.
wanna-
Elijah will slap me.
What? You want to do what?
let me give you a real life.
Come on and say you had a fight.
Francis, I'll give you a real life scenario of the same thing, and I'm gonna say it. At the other shop, I had an argument with a lady in the shop. This argument to do with the music and the level of the music being loud or not loud. I'm not a disrespectful person until you disrespect me.
Okay.
Right? So as
In
a woman
your
as well.
opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion. I'm not disrespectful until you disrespect me, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion. So,
Just being politically correct, that's all.
you know what she done? With the argument, little argument that we had, nothing major, just me saying, no, come on man, what are you talking about?
She sent the man them round. She sent her son
She
round.
called both of her sons to the shop.
Big boys. Big boys.
Young boys.
No, I'm saying big boys.
Yeah, but big boys.
come
But I
through
get it. So,
Come on, side
now
side.
look what the mom, so now if I was a different human being, that whole situation would have been completely different.
Yeah.
That's the mum that will be sticking it on her sons for trapping and not bringing home peas.
Bro, I had to go, I took them outside.
Yeah.
I told them outside, I said, you man, come here. Do you know why he's all here? Because your mom's called you because me and her had an argument over music. You've come to the shop like, yo, what's going on with my mom? And I said to you, man, come outside, let's talk. I didn't come at you, right? We spoke. He goes, is that it? I said, yeah. So imagine it was a different situation.
Yeah.
Them boys just left.
But you've seen that video in, is it America, where the girl called her brothers for her boyfriend.
and they killed him.
And the boyfriend killed the
Killed
brothers.
the brothers, yeah. No, killed one.
He killed one and
injured
put
the
the other
other.
in the hospital.
Is it?
Yeah.
So the brothers came.
Both the brothers
came
came,
for the-
and the
She was
guy
beefing her
shot one
boyfriend.
dead and put the other one in hospital.
Yeah.
And he probably had self-defense. He's all right.
Because he was at
Of course,
home. He was
he
at
was
inside
at
his
home.
house.
He came to his
They
house.
tried to run up on his house.
He came to his house.
Imagine that.
The girl phoned you. You
Real
came to a
talk.
man's
So back
house.
to your point,
that
yeah,
shit.
the parents,
The parents
have
have
a
a
big
lot to
part.
do with it, bro.
Big
Because
part.
growing up, yeah, bro, do you know how
What is
you
it?
would?
It's many layers.
Do you know how you would yourself, even
Oh,
if you got
many
trouble in
layers.
school? Forget outside school. Just not a teacher. Just knowing a teacher's gonna call your house. Just knowing that, listen, this teacher's gonna call your house. I'm not trying to go home on time. But I'm trying to go home to put the phone off the hook.
Yeah.
You know when you put the phone
To
off
get
the
the
hook?
letter. To get the letter.
Or the detention or the exclusion letter. Saying, boy, you're not getting that letter, boy.
And you leave in the morning the same time with your uniform.
Thinking,
on, like,
you know what, I'm going to school. Your parents will be looking now. It's like, if you touch your kids, you're in trouble. You're in a country where you get in trouble for touching someone that you raised, you spent your money on, you invested in, you took here and there. You're trying to teach betterment, and the person gets a smack, and then someone comes to your house and says, you know that person you smacked, it's the country's child. You are just housing them.
I tell you this.
What?
I tell you this first-hand experience. Social services came to talk to me about my son because I disciplined
You dealt
him.
with him.
I disciplined him. Yeah. First I had to deal with the school, followed by social services.
Yeah.
Cool. The issue was, I said to the school, you lot phone me every day about this boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
To the point that you sit the boy down and ask him, is everything okay at home? Because of his behavior in school, you ask him, is everything okay at home? Yeah?
Yeah.
Then phone me every day, talk to him, come and collect him, because he's done this, he's done that. As his parent, because clearly he's my responsibility, isn't it? Pause. Between the hours of 8:45 and 3:30, he's your responsibility, not mine. I'm at work.
Yeah, you drop him.
You understand? I'm at work. He's responsibility of the government.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's in the-
by
he's at
law,
school.
because he must be in full-time education between the age of
Alright,
5
yep.
Yeah.
and 18 or 19.
So anything happens within those
Yeah.
hours, yeah, sort it out.
And if he's not, you put me in trouble.
I get
Yeah.
penalized for it.
If he doesn't come to
Fine.
school.
So again, you call me every day to the point that now you're asking, is everything okay at home? Are you happy at home? Are you being treated right at home?
Yeah, I didn't mistreat
Okay,
you.
fine. So now, my way of correcting the situation stems from my own upbringing.
Yeah, how they corrected you.
My own family values, yeah? Traditionally, remember, I'm not, I'm born and bred in this country, but I'm raised
Yeah, I know your mama.
as a Nigerian.
I know your
I'm
mama.
raised as a Nigerian guy.
I know your
understand?
mama.
With those values. Now, cool. I take matters into my hands because you've asked me to.
Yeah, you've led. It's led to that. It didn't happen the first
You've
time.
asked me to.
Yeah.
You've told me.
There's an
Come
issue.
and,
Yeah.
come and sort
Come
out
and
your
deal
youth.
with your son.
Yeah.
Come
Come
and
and
deal
sort out
with
your youth.
your son.
All right.
So you're gonna only do what you know,
Fine.
right?
Fine. Let me sort out my son then, innit?
In
Because
the
clearly
way-
I'm
in
not
the-
doing enough.
in the way you
Yeah.
know.
All right, cool. You accused my son of being a bully. I brought him home and disciplined him on that basis.
Yeah.
That you're not going to go back to school and be a bully.
Be a bully, yeah.
Yeah?
So
Cool.
you're trying to put him back on the right path.
All right. He's gone back to school. Is everything all right? Yeah, my dad did this, such a... Alarm bells. Now it's alarm bells. I don't understand the double standard. What's the alarm bells for?
The thing is,
You asked me to discipline
yeah,
him.
but
You
there's,
said
They
you,
wanted
said
to
you couldn't
speak to
handle
him.
him.
but what
They
kind
wanted
of
to speak to him.
what kind of discipline?
Just speak to
This is
him.
what
Pause.
it is. What kind of discipline?
Fine. I'll finish now. So cool. I said, all right, you know what? Yeah, admittedly, yeah, that's like I don't know what else to do. Yeah, there's different techniques you can learn. You can learn other than
It's called a belt, a punch, a slap, a
A
kick.
kick.
That's how I grew up. Those are the different techniques. that
Punish
I
them.
learned.
I said, all right, cool.
His
No
eyes-
problem.
his
I
eyes
said,
was like,
no.
But my mum threw a chair at me once.
But I got scars in my
You
head,
said your mum threw
bro.
a chair. My mum boxed me, punched me in my bolt like that. Boom. I had to swallow it.
But is that abuse?
I had to swallow it.
Is it
that
abuse?
abuse?
Wait, I didn't see it as abuse. I didn't feel it was abuse.
I just felt
I
like
looked
that's-
at her like, yo, mum, like, you know, I'm your youth, right?
I
Like,
felt like that's what she had to do because there was no dad in the home. And she felt like, you know what, I'm going to have to do daddy and mummy role.
And that's another big thing.
no, she did that because she's a woman, and when it comes to emotion, they lack rationale. The emotion of the fact that I keep getting in trouble is hurting her because she doesn't want to see me go down that road. So out of that emotional frustration, she just lashes out. There's no rationale to what she's doing.
But they
She's
beat
not
me a lot
in
of
that
times,
moment. She wasn't thinking, I'm gonna punch this boy in the face because he's pissing me off. She didn't think that.
I want him to do better, so I'm
She
going to beat him.
she just was angry, emotional, upset, and she lashed out. Do you get it?
So do we blame
Because
the
the
dad
last
for not
time,
being
because the
at
last
home?
time she beat me, the last time she slapped me, I kind of didn't feel it, and she saw it. She saw that I kind of didn't feel it.
Because as you get older, the pain is less.
You're used to it.
Yeah, because it's like,
Pause.
it's my mom.
Imagine my dad pulled me on that. He said, "Listen, this is what changed my approach to how I dealt with my son. Not the school, not the social services. My dad spoke to me. My dad's never been a man that condones smacking. He's not a violent man.
Your mom is.
My mum is a disciplinarian.
Yeah.
Let's leave it like that. My
But I
dad,
think they're forced to because they are growing boys. So they are, especially if they're the ones that are primary caregiver and they're dealing with boisterous boys that are always
Yeah, I
so
was always like
sit
that,
down. They're not sitting down. So now you have to restrain them, and then that becomes continuously aggressive.
I feel
Because if you look at
It's a
when
cop-out.
women are growing boys, that we will say, "Yo, sit down, male energy, our voice,
kid will probably
they
sit
listen
down.
quicker."
Compared to their mom.
But to their mom now, so then the
Well,
mom
my
is forced to
excuse
use
that, fuck my dad, man.
things.
My dad can't chat to me.
yeah, but is it,
No, but growing up, if you grew up with him,
if you grew up with your dad,
listen to that voice, it's different.
Bully day. Exactly. You know why you laugh. But my point. Okay, cool. No, fair point. Fair point. Fair point. Valid point. I won't disagree with it. What I will say is, okay, I'll bring it back to this
Yeah,
the
what your
situation.
dad said,
So cool. Like I said, I told my dad social services are involved. He said, "Oh, what did you do?" I said, "This X, Y, Z." He said, "Listen, let me tell you something. For all the beatings and everything that your mum gave you, did it stop you from getting into certain trouble?" I said, "No." He said, "What did it do?" I said, "It just it frustrated me. If anything, it frustrated me. It made me more inept at trying to get away with things."
oh, he's trying to dodge to make things better.
You understand?
More skillful.
Rather than stop what I'm doing, I looked for ways to not get caught.
Yeah.
So it made
If I
me,
get caught,
it made
I
me
get
sharper.
beaten. If I don't
it
get
made me
caught,
sharper.
I'm blessed, innit?
And then for all the beatings I've got, I'm now becoming immune to it. You understand? I'm now becoming immune to it. It's like being a boxer. You train, you go sparring so that you can get used to being hit.
Yeah.
You understand? So that when you go in the ring,
belly, punch your stomach.
So when you go in the ring and have a real fight, you're used to being hit. You understand? Cool. So he said, listen, refrain from smacking your child, because essentially in the long run, the benefits aren't as rewarding
as you believe.
As you believe. And you can see that if you look in the mirror. I said, fair enough. Now, cool. Again, what I said to the school was, look, you've asked me to discipline my son. You've called me on numerous occasions, come and handle this boy. He's doing this, he's doing that. All right, so what do you want me to do if now, when I take matters into my own hands, you call social services on me? You start questioning, is everything okay at home? All right, fine. Admittedly, like I said, after speaking to my dad, I thought about it and I started to think, do you know what? The difference between my mum and dad is, I heard my dad. When he spoke to me, when he spoke to me, I heard him. My dad, he developed within me the ability to think. My dad spoke to me on a few occasions, and those few occasions resonate till now. I can tell you each one of those conversations that made sense to me. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's funny how you still feel your dad even if your dad's not around. Just his voice when he calls you.
Yeah.
Just when they say, I'm going to call your dad. You're thinking, Mama shook her mind. My mama's not even in the yard, though. Mama's not at home, but, bruv, that is dad blood. Don't misbehave, bruv. It's like it's in your DNA. Your DNA can never be forgotten. Remember, you came from that DNA. So when they tell you they're going to holler at the head DNA, you're the younger DNA, right? So you think you're the man. They're going to holler at the head DNA. You better calm down, bro. There's a lot of people that grew up with both their mums and dads, and they're worse than people that grew up with just their mum or their dad.
They're still with the fuckery, bro.
And it's true.
They are still with the fuckery.
I know some people that are like, bro, you have your mum and dad.
And you look at them like, what are you doing?
What the hell happened? What's wrong with you?
That's a few, but the stats says that most of the young men, black men in jails, are coming from broken homes.
Let me answer that.
Those are stats.
Let me answer that.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer that from this perspective. Because the system is developed to push you in that direction.
What? Broken home?
The minute they find out that, oh, you're a single parent household, there's certain things that they implement because of that situation.
To help you stay in that situation.
Yeah. Because of that situation.
They fund you to stay in that situation.
Rather than try and develop that household and create a better standard of living, they submerge you in governmental
we're going to give you housing,
benefits.
We're going to give you benefits.
This, that,
we're going to give you this for the
now,
kids.
Now some mums, they don't want to drop that money. They don't want to dash that pin. Come on, am I lying, Mitch? What in the 90s? Mid to late 90s, early 2000s, weren't girls getting pregnant for yards?
100%.
Yeah, we remember them.
I know even is that you had the fathers.
And you wouldn't get a yard if you had a partner.
Listen,
if you put your partner's name on the yard, you wouldn't get those benefits.
You're gonna be on the waiting list.
Because that partner should have an income, meaning you don't need us.
Between
the two of you, you should be able to sort it out.
Come on.
If you want us to help you sort it out, that name cannot be on that form.
You have to be single.
That name cannot be on that form. What does that mean?
So you're saying this is it's an
institutional thing.
It's a government.
Yes, no, it's an institution. And then remember,
don't let them go and close down my page like what's that page guy's page?
Andrew Tate.
These guys are woke. This time up is woke, you know.
Woke is a negative thing, isn't it?
You're woke is, it don't make no sense, man.
Freedom
of speech is not freedom.
Wake up, don't sleep.
Collect your money. But it's mad, you know. You know, you old man's generation, yeah? When they were having kids in you old man's generation, yeah, you know they used to give them a lot of care package. When they had babies in the hospitals, the care package they used to go home with is different from now. Now they tell you to go home.
Yeah.
They say, listen, you've had your baby in the morning, you better bounce. That's baby, that bed is coming for someone else. Back then, it's chill out. We're gonna give you.
Relax.
They said the hamper they used to give them was like, wow, wow. God ask them. People in the comment section comment.
Bruv, my mum was a flag. My mum threw the flag for those hampers, bro. You know the way she used to tell
Hampers.
Did you know you can get this if you? Did you know you can get?
Bro,
Did you if you put your
I
name down for
found
this,
out,
you can
blood.
get?
They got hampers. Of course they want to go and have you.
Remember, yeah,
Housing.
remember back in the day, yeah,
It's
it was
crazy.
that's when they introduced all that right to buy.
Yeah.
All of them things.
Get involved.
You could get a council flat and buy your council flat. There's 5-year-olds doing that. And the mums are saying, hey,
I'm telling you.
Hey, look at my baby.
We
The
do it.
5-year-olds doing that. Look at the door, and I was like, Jesus, where's the father? Oh my God.